Overwhelming feeling this past weekend as they celebrated the 100th anniversary of the league, and they got everyone together here with a great Bears convention right by the airport. This guy was a huge part of it, and we are thrilled to have the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, Mitch Trubisky, live with us now on NFL Network. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Where is the headband and the glasses and that stuff that Jim McMahon gave you this weekend?
It's in the locker. It's in the locker.
You're not going to get out there with it?
I had the ball cap for the walkthrough, so just got a protocol right now.
Someone asked me last night, will you wear the headband during the season, during a game?
At some point, I might need to pull it out, so we'll see. Just play it by ear.
All these teasers.
Yeah, it's got some good mojo, that thing.
It does. It does. We'll see if we need some magic or a little spark, if we need to bring the headband and sunglasses out. So we'll bring it out when necessary.
I just, the moxie that you bring to the table with this franchise, with this team, and then to hear you retell the story of being back in Chapel Hill and meeting Ryan Pace for the first time at a high-end restaurant, and you put the reservation in a special name, which was?
James McMahon.
What went into that thought process?
It was just like, I got to do something special for this visit, and it was the last quarterback for the Bears to win a Super Bowl, and I just thought it fit perfectly, and the Bears liked it and ended up choosing me in the draft that year later. So it was a blessing, and I had to thank Jim personally this weekend for letting me do that and kind of being part of that story.
His 85 team was here. The Bears 63 championship team was here. Really, everyone got together. It was a fantastic weekend, even if you're not a Bears fan, but just a fan of this game. And you got to see, and I know you felt it through your first 2 years here, but you got to see what it means to win a championship, and the fact that those two teams are royalty. Coming out of that weekend, how badly now do you want to be part of that super special fraternity?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that's the goal, but I think being here in Chicago and being part of this rich history, it means even something more. It's that much more special. Just being around the two championship teams, they walk around with a lot more swagger and confidence because of what they did and the legacy that they left behind. So it was cool to see and interact with them and see how they interact with their teammates even years later, and how much they loved each other on and off the field, and those relationships that last a lifetime. So that was really cool to be a part of, and we're definitely highly motivated, hungry just to get to work and hopefully leave a legacy of our own and make some history here in Chicago.
And when you talk about relationships, I don't know if people really understand the depth of what you're building and have built with your head coach and Matt Nagy. And what a compliment, Mitch, for him to say that you are this year mastering the offense, right? Take fans inside of that relationship and how you're actually mastering this thing here in mandatory camp at this stage.
Yeah, it's a special relationship building, and it's very easy to communicate with Coach Nagy, and that's the number one thing you want between head coach and quarterbacks, just constant communication. The vision that he has for this team in his head, he just continues to communicate to me daily, what he sees for this team, for this offense, what he envisions on each play, and then I'm just an extension of that on the field, just trying to see the game through his eyes, finding completions, spreading the ball around, getting the ball down the field, and trying to make to life that vision he has in his head. So it's constant communications. It's very fun to be around him. He's very passionate, high energy, very creative. He's fun to be around, and we don't have a single boring day here in Chicago. It's always fun. It's always laughs. We make sure we're playing the game the right way, and that's hard, tough, but we're having fun at the same time.
Self-evaluate. What do you want to do different? What do you want to do better, rather?
Yeah, I'm trying to, along with master offense, I'm trying to take the next step with my eyes and just throwing in rhythm and really anticipating throws. So not just seeing what the defense gives me, anticipating what they're going to give me and reacting accordingly and trying to be a step ahead of the defense as opposed to being behind a step in the defense. So just seeing it early and reacting and getting completions.
So how hard, though, Mitch, is that to do when you're not in pads and you're not seeing competition and you have a new defensive coordinator and Chuck Pagano? What kind of coverages is Chuck throwing at you in practice to do that?
It's been really good because they're throwing every coverage you could possibly see at us. So we're getting a lot of different looks, and it's hard to simulate without pads, but I think just the speed our defense plays with it, it's a great simulation for what we'll see in training camp and head into the season. So we're seeing a lot of different coverages, and they're a great challenge for us every day. And it's just iron sharpens iron, getting better every day. And we're going through all our tracks, progressions, checking it down, and getting the ball down the field. So it's been a great challenge, and I think we're making a lot of steps in the right direction so far.
Listen, no one's saying they're happy to see Vic Fangio leave, but if I'm hearing you right, it's almost that a new DC is a positive thing for you because it mixes it up. It's not the same routine, that you can maybe even take more steps in practice because it's not the thing that you were looking at every day for 2 years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we love Coach Fangio. We have a lot of respect for him. But when you have someone leave your organization, you have to have that mindset that no matter who comes in next, we're going to make sure it's going to make us better. So we open Coach Pagano with open arms, and we have that mindset that, okay, we still have to get better no matter what. So Coach Fangio left. We wish him the best. But now Coach Pagano's here, so we got to make sure our defense is getting better, and the new defense and the guys and all the talent we have over there is still making our offense better. So it's competitive every day. The defense is doing a great job picking it up, and the offense is doing a great job going against all these different looks and defenses and coverages. And it's just we're getting better every day, and we're getting and there's a lot of growth.
You got one more week, man. Enjoy it.
Can't wait. It's a lot of fun.
Enjoy your summer.
Yeah, love this weather too. So
this
can't ask for much else.
Perfect. We picked the best day of the year.
Perfect Chicago weather
In Bourbonnais.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Mitch.
Thanks
Mitch
for having me, guys.
Trubisky, the
Appreciate
quarterback
it.
of the Chicago Bears, coming off a 12-win season, looking to take not just one step further, but a couple of steps further as well, and maybe ending up in Miami. As we continue